Hello from Stockholm Harbour and the Silja Serenade. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. I've just arrived here at the Silja Tallink terminal. That was my Uber driver. I can't tell you how early I am. Well, I can. I'm about two and a half hours before departure. But I decided to get an Uber out here rather than try and walk. And actually, I think it would have been crazy to walk. It was through an industrial zone. Allegedly, I'm allowed to send the drone up here, but it looks too kind of policey for that. So I thought that I was crazily early. Then I got up to this floor and there's people here who are able to do self-check-in for whatever ship that they're getting to wherever, or you can check in here with actual real-life people instead of via computer. And it turns out that I'm able to get on board in just half an hour, so I don't have a lot of waiting to do. And it means I can get into my room and get settled in to Moomin land. This camera makes it look super small, but that's the ginormous ferry/cruise, the Silja Serenade, heading from here to Helsinki. Holy St. Moses. You should note that I asked permission from Tallink, Silja, to be able to film in and around the ship. So if you wanted to do something similar, you should ask for permission first. I'm going to gather my bits and bobs and head down there. I'm so excited! Where I'm going.
Why is it hard on my own? Why am I not like her? Be myself.
Welcome on board the Silja Serenade. Oh my nerves. I've never been on board a ship like this. This is definitely more cruise than ferry, I think. Wow! I am so impressed. I really can't get over this. It's got a little bit of glam to it. Welcome to the Moomin Room. I picked the Moomin Room not knowing an awful lot about the Moomins or really thinking it through, but I thought it was quite funny to have a cabin that's dedicated to the Moomins. And of course, if I had thought about that, it's probably that the Moomin cabins are suitable for families with small children. Sometimes I'm a big child at heart too, and so the Moomins it is for me as well. In terms of budget, there are some interior cabins here that you could use. Absolutely, I'm sure they're super comfortable. This Moomin Room, with its stripy curtains, had an outside window and it was a more reasonable price. I managed to get a discount code for this room, and so this is not costing me as much as it might. First of all, they've laid out the room, which could accommodate 4 people for 1. So there is just this bed. The cover probably could use replacing at some point, but the mattress seems perfectly fine, and for one night it's going to be super comfortable. There is just one pillow, and under here, are the sheets, duvet and pillow cover. Pillow seems absolutely fine. This being a Moomin room, there is of course a Moomin lamp. While I'm here, there is of course the window. Let's look out it before it gets too dark. So we're seeing Stockholm harbour there. In the morning, hopefully we'll be looking out at Helsinki. Because there's only one bed made up here, it means that this room is very generous. If there were 4 of you in here, it'd be a lot tighter, but I guess you'd spend a lot of time out in the, effectively, shopping mall. They've thought, I think, of most things. There's a space here for you to hang up your jacket and throw off your boots down here. And then there's a desk, which I'm going to use, which has a TV, a phone, I mean, you never know who you want to call, and a hairdryer. I don't think that hairdryer will get much use. There's air conditioning on board, and through here is the little bathroom. It looks how you would expect it to look. Over here there's a shower with a towel for one human, and it is actually quite soft. I'm surprised at that. Because it's COVID, they've provided little plastic cups rather than have glass in here. I think that sink might be purple. Lots of water pressure. There's a pretty big mirror. I have to say it all seems very clean. The gold towel hangers and so on are probably, you know, starting to get a little bit out of date. It's worth noting they have a ladder here for somebody to jump up onto the top bunk there. I had completely assumed that this was a 4-berth, but actually it's only a 3. I've just realised that this wall on which one of the Moomins is lazing in the midst of some grass, possibly after having smoked some grass, that over here there is a fold-down bunk, but not on that side. Although we don't depart for another hour and 15 minutes, I am looking forward to all of the different services available downstairs. I wonder, is there a bar open? This man could use a gin and tonic. Get a drink, Patrick. I can hear you whispering through the screen. I'll try my best to oblige. Oh, hi, how are you? I just met a really lovely staff member from Silja Line there, who was saying to me that this ship can handle something like 2,800 passengers when it's full, but for this evening's crossing there's only 350 people on board. It looks like it's going to be pretty darn quiet. I think this is going to be a lovely peaceful crossing on a really nice ship. I've learned that this is a cruise and not a ferry. I want to give a shout out and a big word of thanks to my friends Sake and Marde, who were able to share their staff discount with me to be able to get a much better deal on this overnight ferry. Thanks Sakare and thanks Marde. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in Helsinki. Time for gin and tonic. It's just about an hour until I head in to get something to eat in the grand buffet. Just enough time to enjoy a little gin and tonic. Cheers! Should we mention this in the budget? It's €8 for a drink. But it's exactly what I needed. The engines are starting to roar to life on board the Silja Serenade. This blue light is very 1980s disco in Banbridge, isn't it? You know you went there, or an equivalent. Blue light, isn't it? It's very impressive to see how many things there are on board. There's a coffee shop in here. There's a grill house on this side where you can have things like steak. A number of shops like Marimekko, Tommy Hilfiger right here. And I've only gone halfway. I'm exhausted. They have started to decorate now for Christmas and that's really beautiful to see. Down this end there's a place here called Bon Vivant, and that's sort of wine, kind of higher end fine dining. There's a fashion store through here called, ironically, Fashion. Oh, they've got a sale on coats. Fast Lane. That's this one. And that seems to do burgers, fries and salads. This one is the tax-free superstore. Electronics, gifts, a place to buy coffee. Back here is the Starlight Lounge, which is a show bar. Lots of ways for you to spend your cashola. This is the casino. It doesn't look like it's open as yet, but there's plenty of kind of like machines that you can play, and I assume later on there's card games that you can play on there as well. I'm currently announcing what shows are on later.
We have a playroom, Silja Land for kids, if you like to see an acrobatics show.
really impressed with the massive selection of food that there is in the buffet, and I think there's going to be more than enough for what I'm hungry for this evening. I'm going to eat stuff. I got a little bit of everything to try. This is reindeer mousse with lingonberries. Oh, it's lovely. I think I've had more than enough to eat, but I am in the mood for watching a movie. So I'm going to go and do that in my Moomin Room. Maybe I've had enough red wine. Winey. Morning. It's about 7:30, something like that. And to be honest with you, I didn't sleep very well at all. The room was alternated between being a bit too warm and way too cold. So I spent a lot of time adding a bit of duvet and removing a bit of duvet. So we are in this sort of finger of water that leads ultimately up to St. Petersburg, and on the left would be Helsinki and on the right would be Tallinn. So we've entered into that body of water, which is part of the Baltic Sea. I have to be at breakfast for 8:15, so I'm going to grab a shower and get down there for something to eat. That was a passable breakfast. Gonna go outside and get some fresh air, I think. Off to the port side of the ship lies Finland. I could just about make it out. It's a slightly darker grey. It's been such a peaceful trip, and it's still hard to make out that there are actually other people on board. Although I'm looking in that window and somebody's eating a croissant. I was just packing up my bag and I nearly had a heart attack. We suddenly came upon this piece of land and I wasn't expecting it because I couldn't see out that way. It feels like no time since we left Stockholm yesterday at 4:45, and here we are now at 10:30 local time, heading into Helsinki. I'm looking forward to going around. I haven't been here in 15 or 20 years, so it's going to be like visiting the place for the first time. Also, I'm hoping to meet up with a friend here. We're due to dock in the next few minutes, so I was really impressed with the layout of this kind of shopping mall. All of the facilities, the different restaurants, the different options. I think it's been great. Well done, Silja Serenade. I have to say, they take COVID very seriously. There were two lines, red if you weren't fully vaccinated, green if you were, and then from the people who went through the green line, a certain number of people were taken out to double check that their documentation was accurate. I didn't get checked this time, so I've just come straight through. We're going to leave it there for this episode of Planet Patrick. Thanks so much for being here for this episode. You can subscribe, provide support via Patreon, and follow live stories as we go along at This Is Planet Patrick on Instagram. But for now, thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. I think that's what it means. Oh, something fell out of the sky. Some kind of rat weasel. Happy Christmas. See you down there, I guess. You're not coming into the shower. I don't know what they're saying to me, but it sounds important. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick.